It's time for another episode of Core Reviews! My name is Corey, it is Friday evening, and I'm going to be reviewing a place that's actually a family favorite, but they're not necessarily a small mom and pop shop. They do have several different locations. But since my family's going to be eating here tonight anyway, I figured I'd do a review. So with that being said, today I'll be reviewing Fuzzy's Taco Shop. And this one's located on Bryan Irvin between the QT and the car wash. This is what it's going to look like on the outside. But let's see what they got going on the inside. So this is what it's going to look like on the inside. So here is their menu, and like I said, my family and I come here all the time. My wife usually gets a salad, my kids get some kids things. I typically get the enchilada plate. However, today I'm going to be trying out their burrito tacos. And then I'm also going to be trying the tacos dorada, which are brand new here. But before we get our food, we always start with the chips and salsa because this is awesome. Gotta make sure you get the extra fuzzy dust on top. So we'll start there. First bite.
First bite.
Every time. And I'm telling you right now, the only downside to these chips and quesos is the fact that it's going to fill you up before you actually get your food. And now for the moment of truth. First up, we have those burrito tacos, and these things look fantastic. And then here's the new item on their menu, but I don't even know what it's called because I forgot already. Here's my son's chicken with refried beans, and my daughter's cheese quesadilla with refried beans as well. But I'm going to start with the burrito tacos. So here we go. Got to dip it in the sauce. That's the only way to do it. First bite. That is freaking amazing. I mean, this thing is just completely packed with flavor. Nice thick cuts of meat in here, just dripping out the back, but you gotta dip it in that sauce because that is so good. And even though this thing is like dripping out of the bottom, unlike a lot of places that I get burrito tacos at, the shell is so crispy, which is really nice. Still has a great flavor to it, but it's not soggy, not falling apart. And now let's move on to their new menu item. This is gonna be like a shredded chicken. Not really sure how it's gonna taste yet. Looks like it definitely has a lot of flavor in there. But here we go. First bite, no sauces. Now, I don't know if you heard that, but this thing is like super crunchy. Like it's got more crunch than a box of Captain. But let's dive back in for round two with some guac on it. Totally kicks up another notch. I mean, the guac by itself is absolutely amazing, but putting it on this taco kicks the whole taco up a notch. Great flavor. Either way you look at it, both of these tacos are fantastic. Now, I tried pulling one of these apart so you can see what's on the inside, but it just wasn't having it. I mean, it was so stuck together. But basically, it's just shredded chicken, some flavor, obviously. Then you got your toppings put on top of it. I'm not joking. This stuff is awesome. But how would I rate this place? So first off, like I said, I am a regular here with my family, and I usually get the same thing every single time just because it's so good I don't ever get sick of it. However, having these tacos tonight was definitely a welcome surprise. And these burrito tacos, even though they've been sitting here for about 5 minutes now, still dripping, but the shell itself is still holding together, still nice and crunchy. And that's almost unheard of for burrito tacos. So I'm going to give them a 9.8. Now, when it comes to those new tacos, I am not a fan of crunchy shelled tacos, just period. But these ones still had great flavor. I ate both of them completely through. And the chicken and the cheese and everything inside that taco worked absolutely beautiful. Adding the queso to it and the guacamole to it definitely kicked it up a notch. But I'd be probably giving that a 9.5. The chips and queso are definitely going to get a 10 out of 10. And if you've never tried fuzzy tacos before, you definitely need to stop in and give them a shot. But if you think you know of a better place to eat in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, let me know in the comments. And then make sure to give me a follow to see where I go next.